expert knowledge from Brisbane's artisans, gems and jewels, industry leaders, brought to you by Annex Media.
I always wanted to run my own business. That was something I always wanted to be able to create my own pieces and bring that art base with the technical skills that I learned and offer people a product that I thought was really missing in our industry. I worked in my garage for 3 years. That was the starting point, and I did what we call trade work. So I did work for 4 different jewellery shops, and slowly as I was doing their work, I was building up pieces on the side and building up my own clientele with the goal of opening my own small little business. I first started in a tiny little shop. It was 3 metres by 3 metres square, and I only had 20 jewellery pieces. I think when you open a small business, you have really no idea how much work you actually have to do. I was a great jeweller and a great designer, but I didn't really know how to run a business. So you have to learn quickly how to do everything from marketing, advertising to book work and accounting. The biggest thing that makes us unique is our really detailed customer service. Customers come into the shop and we really try hard to make them feel comfortable. We sit them down, we have an hour-long consultation, and we really try and get to know who they are. And they might come in with a certain idea of what they like, but we really sort of talk to them and I guess challenge them a little bit to think engagement ring doesn't have to look that certain way. We can come up with new ideas to make a piece that really just suits that certain person.
Sometimes I try.
Custom designing and making something for a client is a really fun process, and just through asking simple questions about their lifestyle and what they like and the colours and their skin tones, and then all of a sudden you're designing something in front of them and getting the picture in their head to be a picture on a piece of paper, and that brings me such joy. After going through the design process where we hand draw everything and we draw everything to scale, we also have this really fun thing that we do, that we make the person a paper ring. So we photocopy the design and then we cut out the ring and we place it on their finger, and it is actually to scale and will be the size of the ring. Whoever's designed the ring sits down with the jeweller and really corresponds what needs to happen, the heights, the widths, the dimensions. So really making sure that everything that we've said to the customer is actually what is going to come through in the final product.
Just like a child, I live in Wonderland.
On the premises we have 5 jewellers. Every single ring we make starts from scratch. Making jewellery is actually really a messy process. So we start with a bar of 6mm square gold, and we use what we call a rolling machine to roll it out to be the perfect dimensions that we need. Everything gets rolled, all the metal gets worked, everything gets cut by hand. So it really is a handmade one-off piece. We use a ring bender, and that will bend the metal up into shape. And then we use saw frames to cut through. The ring then gets soldered together and put on a mandrel and hit with a hammer. So the difference between a handmade ring and a mass-produced ring is that when we hit the metal with a hammer, it works it and it gives it strength and integrity. We then all solder together to form the basis of our ring. After making the ring, it goes to a diamond setter. He then actually seats all the stones and he physically pushes the metal over. The very last thing you do is polish your ring. So it's a very long process before you get to the final piece. And polishing is the end. So it's quite dirty and raw until you polish it at the end and you achieve this beautiful final product. We're creating moments in people's lives. So if you're buying a piece of jewellery that's representing an engagement or a wedding or a special birthday, so you're involved in special moments in people's lives, and it's really exciting. And you kind of then think, well, then that handmade, custom-made one-off piece will be in their family for 20, 30, 50 years. And it is a handmade piece. It's got such a quality to it, so it will eventually be a family heirloom, and that's really exciting. When you do a jewellery apprenticeship and when you start as a jeweller, it is really hard and it takes a long time to become good. And I guess somebody put that time and energy in me when I first began, and I would like to have a workshop big enough that I could then train young people as well and give them that opportunity. Opening a business is really, really hard, and I think you have to have such passion and energy to be able to make it succeed. I'm really proud of what we've achieved, and I'm really proud of the relationships that we have created with our customers. Opening my first business, actually I have customers that came and visited me in my garage 11 years ago, and then from the garage to the small shop to the business that I have now, the support from our clients is really amazing, and being involved in those special moments in people's lives is a real joy.